Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Think about that statement for a second. Think about the implications of this statement. Have I become your enemy? We're actually getting to peer behind the veil of the deeper reality of what's actually going on in Galatia. I want you to think about something. We got to lay this whole thing out again. Paul the apostle, he has the truth of the gospel. He is literally commissioned to bring it to the Gentiles. He goes out to these inhabitants of Galatia. He delivers the truth of the gospel to them. It is marvelous. They receive it. There's an anointing that comes upon them. He's preaching Yeshua and him resurrected. They've actually come into the faith. He's having all this success. It's absolutely amazing. But one of the things that he does is he conveys to them, well, just so you know, there has been a decision made in the council, and that is that as you're coming into faith, we're not going to trouble you. You Gentiles who receive the gospel while still uncircumcised, we are not going to trouble you. You do not have to get circumcised in the flesh. But unfortunately, other men came in behind Paul. And these men came in, and these Pharisees, as we know, they were Pharisees, and some of them may have not been technically a part of the Pharisees, but they came in behind Paul, and what did they do? So I want you to think about something. The only way these Pharisees could have peddled their message to get the Galatians to actually receive it, to receive that statement that unless you're circumcised in the flesh, you can't be saved. The only way to do that is to discredit Paul. The only way to do it is to paint him in the corner as what? An enemy. As the Pharisees come in, you can almost imagine how this little conversation went. And the Pharisees come in and talking to the Gentiles. That's wonderful. You're being grafted into our faith. You're following our Jewish Messiah. This is wonderful. Did you guys all get circumcised in the flesh? And the answer is, well, no. The Apostle Paul said we didn't need to. What do you think the response is? There's only one response. Well, Paul's wrong. See, he's leading you off a cliff because if you don't do this, you're going to die. And so Paul gets put in this arena, if you will, that he is an enemy. And now he says, have I become your enemy? Really, Galatians? Have I become your enemy? Because I tell you the truth? You know, you read a passage like this, and you are reminded. This is a stark reminder. When you go out today, you go out and preach the truth to someone, I promise you one thing, the devil's coming for it. He is going to come for it. You need to understand his number one enemy is truth. It destroys his kingdom. The truth of God destroys his kingdom. If you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed, Yeshua says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. There's power in the truth. You have these supernatural eyes to see what the devil is doing in your life, how he is oppressing you, how he is deceiving you. All of that goes away. His kingdom falls when truth comes on the scene. So he has to come and get the truth. And I promise you, he will. He will attempt every single time to come after it. The more you get immersed into the word, there's things that start to come into focus. And for me, as I go through Galatians, I can feel it in my innermost being. It is war. This is an all-out war. And you have two sides battling. And the devil is battling after the truth. And those who bear the truth are battling to proclaim it. And you think about the devil and how much he hates truth and how for him to succeed, it has to go away. He has to remove the truth. What did he do in the Garden of Eden? When he went to Eve, did God really say, no, you will surely not die? He had to kill the truth for her to accept the lie. He's coming after the truth. Now, as we continue, and this is beautiful, Paul has been painted by his own Jewish brethren who are totally discrediting the apostles as well as himself, painted him as an enemy. Well, this is beautiful because Paul is going to return the favor. And this is what we read as we continue. In verse 17, they, meaning these men that went out and did this, they zealously court you, but for no good. Yes, they want to exclude you that you may be zealous for them. Paul comes after them. He comes after their character. He comes after their credibility. They don't have any. Because he reveals something very, very powerful. See, they're not operating from a place of purity, from a heart with a good motive. You think about this in ministry, and unfortunately, this is something that plagues ministries. See, what these men wanted to do is they wanted the attention. See, they're zealously courting you what? That you may be zealous for them. That was the whole point. That you may be zealous for them. You think about that, and I mean, you read this and you're just like, wow. I mean, these are men that think they're going out, they're proclaiming Yeshua as Lord. Now, how many ministries do you think are plagued with this? Unfortunately, there's probably far too many than we even care to admit. That the underlying toe is, no, it's about me, it's about the pastor, it's about the teacher, it's about the leader, it's about the leader of the Bible study, it's about us. Every time we go out, and this gets scary because when you get people in the knowledge of Torah, now they have all this knowledge, all they want to do is sit down and just spew knowledge so that everyone else can be subservient and you can all look like idiots and know how great I am. I mean, this is a reality, this is plaguing, this is a real thing today. In all walks in the ministry. My job right here and right now is to get you passionate for the King. To get you passionate, to make you want to change your life to serve him better and to love your neighbor as yourself. That's our function with each other. God will not share his glory. He will not give his glory to another. Read Isaiah 42. It will not happen. And you think of Paul as he's talking to the Philippians. In chapter 2, it's a really cool chapter in the sense that Paul, he tells the Philippians, he has a heart for them. He loves them. And he says he has this desperation. I'm going to send Timothy to you. But he's very specific. I'm going to send Timothy because I have no one else who is as like-minded as him. For all seek their own. For all seek their own and not the things which are of the Messiah, Yeshua. You think about our flesh. The nature of your flesh is to fall into that trap. The nature of your flesh is to say, no, it is about me. You have to fight it. See, because things get perverted. The gospel is getting perverted by these men. Their motives are wrong. They're perverting the gospel.
Hey there, this is Mike at Corner Fringe Ministries. Thanks for watching our video. If you liked the video or it encouraged you, do us a favor. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the share. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Now, if you want to watch the rest of this video, hit the button here. And if you want to watch the rest of this series, you can check it out here. And don't forget, you can download the Corner Fringe Ministries app today on any of your Play stores. Thanks for joining us at Corner Fringe Ministries.